at, let's see, at 1:09 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Kudos to you. This is an odd time for me to even be doing a live stream, because who the fuck would be up? Or if they're up, they're probably really drunk. But here I am anyway. I'm kind of tired, but I had a couple things in my mind, and even though I'm exhausted, I really couldn't go to sleep without really addressing them. And I wanted to... Can everyone hear me okay? Hopefully the volume is good. I will hire it on my end if we need to do that. And I don't think there's anything else I can really do in this video. What I will do is go to my Facebook on another tab. And sorry for I know the keyboard is a little annoying. And sorry for the feedback y'all are about to have right now, because it's a little annoying. But I just want to... And sorry for I know the keyboard is a little annoying. Perfect. So this is good. And I guess I'll share it to my page in case anyone on there wants to check it out. Alright, so I guess let's get into the importance of authenticity. Thank you, Mookie, for your love. I love you back. Good evening to all the lovers. I'm here for you. And something I really just wanted to speak on was authenticity. I wanted to get into it. I think that is something that's really important, especially in this day and age, and especially in a time where so many people think that they have to like keep up with the Joneses or be this person that they're not in order to feel validated. I don't think that it's important to do that. The people who are the most, hey Bravish, the people who are the most successful in this world tend to not really give a fuck about what anybody else has to say about them. And success is a layered thing. Everybody's version of success is actually going to be different. And something that I had to come to terms with for myself was that success, my version of success, isn't like the biggest house and the nicest cars and the best things. My version of success is living a life that makes me happy. And I think that that's actually the most important thing that you can do with your time, is to really live a life that makes you happy. And how do you do that? And from what I'm realizing, the key to this is authenticity. You will come to a space where you'll actually learn to just keep it real with yourself. And the reason why it's so important to keep it real with yourself is because at the end of the day, nobody has to, I always say this because it's so true, nobody has to live your life but you. So what are you living your life for? Are you living your life, are you lost? That's like the first question. If you feel lost, right? Because your feelings are simply a compass. They're like an indicator of where you are currently. So if you feel lost, if you feel abandoned, if you feel not beautiful or not worthy or not handsome or whatever the situation is, it's really important to come to a space inside yourself where you can be honest about these things. And that's part of authenticity. Sometimes it's really scary to say, I am not enough. Sometimes it's really scary to say, I don't love myself. Sometimes it's really scary to say, I hate who I am. But being authentic is going into those negative emotions and breaking through and creating this individual that's stronger than you were before. It's really about building up who you are and knowing yourself. You may not be built to be a business owner, but maybe you're you're a great supporter. So maybe your gift is to be able to support someone who has a business and to help them grow and to help them be the best at what they're doing. Maybe your gift is talking to people. Maybe your gift is just simply loving people as they are. Maybe your gift lies in spirituality. Maybe your gift lies in art, or one of my gifts, poetry. And another thing that's really rough is when you have a lot of gifts. Hey, Torino, how you doing? Another thing that's rough is when you have a lot of gifts. Sometimes it's really hard to figure out what's going to be the right way for you to go, so that you can be the most authentic version of yourself. So that's going to be something that you have to decipher on your own terms. And part of that, it's not this whole, oh, I'm lost, I can't be found. It's this whole, well, since I'm in the middle of the woods and I don't know where I'm going, let me pick a path and see where it takes me. It's really about shifting your mindset. So if I'm in the middle of the woods and I like roses and there's a path that has roses, I may walk down that path. But then maybe a bee stings me and I don't want to walk down this path anymore. So then I see another path and it has vegetables and I'm like, wow, I'm really hungry. I think I'll go down that path. And that's just an analogy, but it may end up being something that's really important to you if you are looking for a more nourishing experience. I think that it's so important to take into account what's going to work for you and what isn't going to work for you, and how you can figure out who you are, what your place is, and really driving the point home. All this comes down to self-awareness and authenticity. For me personally, it's been quite a journey. If you guys noticed, I really haven't been doing my live streams. I really haven't been on social media as much. And the reason for a lot of this was that I've been literally like ignoring my phone. People hit me up to hang out all the time and I'm just like, nah, I'm good. And when I really feel like I need to get out and be around people and like do things, I do things. I've literally been running from people. I've literally been like a whole hermit, and it's sort of hilarious because I don't like the way this shirt is laying on me. See, authenticity. This shirt is having a weird moment. Anyway, so it's really about coming to a space where you realize what you need for yourself. And for me, getting away. And I took like a month where I feel like all I did for a month was like sleep and like, get my little work done because I write for a magazine online. Excuse me. So doing that and, among other things, I really just came to a space that I figured out who I am. I figured out what I wanted, and now I can come back with more energy, more vibrancy, and feel more comfortable with my path. And I think that definitely going outside your comfort zone is good, but sometimes when something is so obvious and it's so comfortable, you're like, this can't be right. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, this is obvious, this is comfortable, this isn't right. It's okay. Don't panic. Sometimes things are just easy. And so you have to really figure that out for yourself, like what's easy, what's going to work for you, what's not going to work for you, and figure out a way to elevate yourself to your next level and on your terms, because it's your life. Nobody has to live this life but you. And at the end of the day, when you're on your deathbed, do you want to say, I did all that I can do and that I felt that I was meant to do and I'm satisfied? Or do you want to die with regrets? Think about it that way. Do you want to die with regrets? Old and sickly and whatever, and now you're dying with regrets. Don't be that guy. Don't do it to yourself. I don't ever want that. My biggest fear, honestly, is ending up married to someone I absolutely hate. Like, it's like the worst for me. That's the only thing I'm just kind of like, fuck, man. That would suck. Hey! Never. YOLO. Andre said YOLO. He said, fuck that. You only live once. I'm down for that. Like, that's the wave right there. So yeah, I came to a point where I could really get some perspective on my situation. I put up a post that a friend of mine got, well, you know, somebody I used to date, whatever, got really upset about. I said, I'm realizing now that none of the men that are in my life right now are anyone that I'm not going to end up with any of them. And that's not to devalue them. And it's not to make them feel any kind of way about me. It was just me speaking my truth. I realized that I'm in for a lot of changes. I know who I am. I know what I want. And these people, people that I was potentially interested in or had been with in the past or whatever, I don't see myself growing with any of them. So that's a really important thing to recognize. I've recognized that I want something different. I want a stronger connection. I want someone that I can consider like a best friend. I want someone that's self-assured and secure. And you have to think about, too, when you're thinking about a partner, you have to think about, too, what can I do to be the kind of person that someone like that would want? And it does mean that you're going to have to make some like difficult changes. And it's not that you're doing it for that person, you're doing it for you. Because like, you want to be on top of your game for like, whatever that game is, whatever game you made up for yourself. For like that person, you're going to want to be on top of your game because you want to feel good about the relationship. You know what I mean? You want to have your emotional stuff situated. You want to have your financial stuff at least getting on a even keel, and you've got a steady path that you're on. You're going to want to have your spiritual stuff in line. And it's so difficult too, because in the world that we live in, people are doing all different kinds of things spiritually, which is fine, but you have to really find, if that's important to you, you have to find somebody that's in alignment with what you're doing. And even if they don't even have to agree with you or be in the same faith as you or whatever, they just need to, at the very minimal, have empathy, and you have to figure out how you're going to fit into each other's lives. Because if you're planning to have kids, especially, that could end up being a potential stumbling block for the two of you. And once the relationship or you guys get to know each other seems like it's going somewhere, you're really going to want to get to a space where you can be open and honest about that conversation. For me, I don't subscribe to religion. I consider myself more of a metaphysical sort of person, more of an occultist. I'm really into like mythologies. I'm really into like alchemy. Really into like spirituality. And I don't believe that there is only one path. I believe in many paths. And I think that every person finds, I feel like every path has a piece, and that you kind of have to fit them all together to find the whole. So I believe in everything and I believe in nothing, because at some point too, you come to a space where you realize that this is an individual experience as far as spirituality goes. Your experience with God, I consider myself God. Andre says you gotta live to the fullest. All right, let's go through the comments. And I consider each individual I meet God. This is not like a haughty thing. It's not something that I think that I'm better than anyone else. I think that everybody, if you are made in the image of God, then that would mean that you have all the abilities of God. And that would mean that you are God. You are the God of your universe. You're the God of your world. You have the power of creation. You have the power of manifestation. And you have to kind of own that. And Gerald, I'm doing very well. How are you doing? Andre says your biggest great should not be being ready for judgment. If you could clarify that, I'd appreciate it. Andre also said live, love, and laugh, because God won't give you anything you can't handle. Well, you won't give yourself anything you can't handle, right? And then Andre also says, so stop settling and be patient. I'm not rushing the process, dear. That's actually the opposite of what I'm doing. Mookie says, that's what represents. Just be you, no matter what would people think or say about you. Absolutely. Don't marry. Marriage is a prison. Jose Emilio, I've already been married and divorced by 21. For those of you that don't know, I don't consider marriage a prison, but if that's your personal experience, then that's fine. I think marriage is a gift when it's with the right person. I think that if you marry the right person, you guys can actually get into a space where you're empowering each other. And Andre, I'm not looking, quote unquote, for the one right now. What I'm speaking of is that I came into a realization that I wanted to have this space to work on myself before I really choose to get into a relationship or to find that right person and connect. I've actually been turning people down lately. It's been like, sorry, can't do this. Sorry, I really need to just be by myself, like type shit. So, and it's really just a matter of knowing who I am, knowing what I want, and knowing what we can bring to the table for each other. Also, I wouldn't feel comfortable because I'm really working hard on my writing. I started with this company. I work from home essentially, and I started with this company, and I'm really wanting to stay focused on my writing for them, so that I can get a raise, get paid more for my articles. You know, I've been looking for other opportunities as well. So I was making amazing money and being super stressed out and felt like I couldn't even hold on to my money because I had so much more overhead and so much more I had to worry about, to where I'm making probably a third of what I was making. Thankfully, I'm in a good position to where I don't have to worry about too many bills. And I took a step back so that I could take 10 steps forward. Because if a job is consuming my life 60 hours, 70 hours a week, where's the balance? Where do I find time to record these videos? Where do I find time to contemplate my existence? Where do I find the time to find myself? Especially when I know that the job that I'm doing is not what I'm passionate about, and it essentially is a dead-end job. So my method is I'm gonna pare down my life, buy less junk, take less trips, do less things, stay home basically every weekend, and come to a space where I'm taking some steps back, but I'm giving myself peace so that I can take bounds and leaps forward. Life is about strategizing, and if you don't know how to strategize, you're really not going to get anywhere. Do I want to get married? Absolutely. That's no doubt in my mind. But they're going to have to be a really special kind of man, honestly. And another thing I wanted to speak on was just let's pare it back and talk about authenticity a little bit more. I just can't stress how important this is. Authenticity is the basis for everything else in your life. And when you start getting real with yourself, know your limitations, know what your strengths are, know what your weaknesses are, know what your fears are, know what your emotional blockages are. And once you know all of these things, then you can start coming to a space where you can become the person that you always wanted to be. It's so funny because, see, and this is how life will fuck with you. Because you'll come to a space where you're like, oh, I got it all down. I know what I'm against. I know what I'm for, whatever, whatever. I've never been a major proponent of going to college. I went to college. I got my associate's degree. After I did that, I stopped because I really didn't know what I wanted to do for sure. So, I took like as much time as I needed, honestly. I probably haven't been in school now for 5 years or whatever. And now I'm going to start going back to college. I'm going to put my application in October. I've been contacting schools, sending them requests to have them call me. I'll probably email a couple of them this week. I really just want to find the best deal for really what I want to do. And I'm actually going to start majoring in psychology. I don't know if I want to go like clinical with it, or if I want to go more research based. I really don't know yet, but I know that I, in my circle of friends, I'm always the person that's like super level-headed, that's very open, that doesn't judge anyone, so everyone feels very comfortable talking to me. I've always been the one to give people advice. I've always been the one to like help people when they're going through a rough time, like be there for my friends, like be there for the people who need me. So I realized that this is the perfect field for me. Plus, I'm fascinated with the habits of human beings. I'm fascinated with the human mind. I'm fascinated. And then I looked at that and then I was like, wow, that with meditation, with spirituality, I can prove if I learn how to do proper research, and if I learn the methods for research, I can actually make bounds and leaps and conduct in a scientific way the research that I want on spiritual things, and I can help more people. So I'm seeing it as an avenue, something, it's just so natural. I don't know why I never thought of it. And I figured along with that, I'm writing my second book. Not that any of this is important to you. I'm saying that I'm doing these things because this is what taking 2 months to stay to myself and to really figure myself out helped me to come to a space where I understand what my strengths are, what my limitations are, what my weaknesses are, and I figured out a strategy of how to move forward in a way that works for me. There's never going to be a one size fits all. There's no guru that's coming to save you. There's no fucking person coming out of the clouds. There's nobody coming to save you but yourself. And that essentially is what I'm saying. Like, there's nobody coming to save you but yourself. As a woman, I had to let go of the idea that I would find like the perfect man and we would be happy together and we would work together or whatever. I was like, there is no man coming to save me. I have to save myself, and that's fucking real shit, and a lot of women won't admit that. They'll be like, oh, I'm so strong, oh, I'm independent, whatever, but like, what's up? You got half the rent? And it's like, I just started dating you 2 weeks ago. No, I don't have half the rent. Well, I can't talk to you anymore. And that's just not the way. You know what I mean? That's not the way at all. That's not balanced. That's not harmonious for either party. So I never really like went that way with that. I really just came to a space that I was like, I expect certain things from men because I have certain standards, but I don't expect everything from men. And I think that that's where a lot of women are really not getting it. It's either that they expect nothing or they expect everything, but there's like a middle path that will help you find the person that resonates with you. All right, let's read some comments and see what we got here. Oh, Jose. Okay, so Jose Emilio says, is right. You are absolutely right. Most people get into relationships because is what life, society, community dictates, but not for the right reason. They're not even prepared for a relationship. Now I understand that to be in a relationship, you have to be prepared to jump into a serious step. I agree with you completely, honestly. Jose Emilio, really good point. Thanks for jumping in on the live stream and giving your point of view. Mookie Mana says, information is very serious. Ask yourself, why would people be hiding other informations that's how everything falls apart. Mookie made a great point. Now, this is something that when people ask me for advice, or when they're talking to me and they say that they feel like they can't trust someone, my usual response is, well, is there an aspect of you that feels like you can't trust yourself? Because once you start trusting your gut and your intuition, it becomes very easy to find the people that you can trust and the people that you can't trust. So you have to really come to a space and see, this is more about personal growth and coming to a space where you find that trust within yourself, because you know you created enough situations where you followed through on what you said you were going to do, or where you held up a particular value or standard that you chose, that you held yourself up to, and you decided to stop letting yourself down. And so that builds trust within the self. So like if I say I'm gonna go on a diet, right? And I don't go on a diet, instead I gain weight and I'm eating whatever, say I gain 5 pounds when I say I'm going on my diet. I'm gonna be really hard on myself and I'm gonna feel really bad about myself. So then I'm breaking the trust within myself because I lied. And when you lie to yourself first, you create mistrust in yourself, and then you sort of project that at times and feel like you can't trust other people. So the first person that you should have an open and honest relationship with is yourself. If you know you can't handle a diet right now, or if you think maybe you jumped into it too fast and you want to do baby steps, that's fine. Baby steps work. Baby steps, they're small, but you're still moving forward, aren't you? And even sometimes when you take that step back, you can come back a little bit stronger. So you got to have some empathy, and you got to really love yourself, and you got to really get to a place where like you don't allow yourself to make excuses, but at the same time you don't allow yourself to be so hard on yourself that you feel like you can't trust yourself, or you feel like you can't accomplish anything, and then you get stuck in like this rut. So I think that that's really important, and that comes with learning who you are as a person. Let's see. I'm going to go to the other video. Hey, Don. Thank you for viewing this live stream. If you love it, share it. Yeah, if any of you love this, please share it. Let's see if there's any comments that I missed. Because sometimes... Okay, I think we got all the comments, which is good. From time to time, the comments won't show up, and I have to like flip it to a second Facebook page, but everything's showing up today, so this is super exciting. But yeah, that's basically my point, is that everything starts with authenticity. Most of the summer, I mean, I straightened my hair today because I honestly wanted to see how long it got, because I've been leaving it curly and doing the natural thing all summer, and I love it. It got super long, and I want it to get probably like to here maybe, and then I'm like, cool. That's neither here nor there either. But anyway, keeping my hair curly and in its natural state was part of me being authentic with myself. You see what I'm going with this? Maybe not setting goals, but choosing a lifestyle that would make, and not doing it because someone else is doing it. You got to do what resonates with you. It's all about you, your individuality, the thing that makes you tick, the thing that you couldn't stop doing if you wanted to, the thing that you're absolutely in love with. I'm a writer because I love writing. Simple. I'm a writer because I love writing. I like these conversations because I'm a communicator. if I could get even one of you guys on here to express your opinion, let me know. I'll share my screen with you, and we'll add you in on the video, and it'll be a lot of fun. This is just who I am as a person. I like to communicate. I like to express ideas. I like to see the bigger picture, the macro and the micro. I mean, I'm curious infinitely about everything. There were a couple scientific theories that, hey, how you doing? I'm good, thank you. There were a couple scientific theories I was looking up recently. Everybody knows about, well, not everybody, a lot of the people I talk to know about sacred geometry. And there's this E8. And basically how it works is that it's supposedly the most beautiful geometric pattern in mathematics. Now here's the kicker. According to this pattern, there are elements that we have not discovered yet. Now, if we discover these elements, it would prove that this is the pattern for the theory of everything. Because you have the macro and you have the micro. And science has not found a way to rectify the two. Because things when they're very big act differently from things when they're very small. And that's a really simplified way of saying it. But this is the highest that you can go in dimensions. So you know when you see like everything, okay, so everything in front of you is third dimensional. What they do essentially is they add more dimensions on these objects, and the two-dimensional geometric pattern that you get is a reflection of the 8. In this case, it would be 8 dimensions. It's called E8. Is just a reflection of the 8-dimensional thing. Now you can't conceive something that's 8-dimensional when you're in the third dimension, because it's outside of your scope or realm of existence. We may, with our extrasensory perceptions, be able to perceive things in the 4th and 5th dimension or whatever. If you really get into your spiritual practice, you're doing meditation, you're eating pretty good, you're not, you know what I mean? You're staying positive. More than eating or any of this shit is staying positive and keeping an open mind, stretching your imagination. I cannot tell you how groundbreaking that has been for me as a human being. So essentially they can do a shadow and create a 2-dimensional mathematical thing. And this pattern's all like 60-degree angles, and every time they measure it, it comes out to be the golden ratio. Anyway, I don't even know what the point of this was. I just got excited. I got excited about geometry, right? Anyway, this was the point. Okay, so once you get to 9 dimensions and higher, it's impossible to even get a view of what that would be here, because that goes on into infinity. So 8 dimensions is the highest you can go and actually get a shape. So, I mean, like, the implications for the layers of existence that exist here, like, what's beyond that? Like, is there a second universe? Like, is there a primordial realm that we haven't, that you can only access spiritually? Like, so many questions and no answers, and it fucking excites me. Questions with no answers fucking make me so happy. Questions with no answers, because now I have something new to look forward to. See, that's the shit. And what I'm realizing too is that, like, there's a few personal goals that I have that have to do with like math, and because I'm not good at math, so I want to work on getting better at math, because I really want to marry the left and the right brain and become more balanced. See, it all goes back, but this is a personal thing. I mean, whatever you feel you need to do to create your balance, that's what you got to do. You know, if you want to fucking drink Hennessy and smoke blunts, and because you're a straight-laced guy and that'll create balance in your life, fucking go for it, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Live your best life. If you feel like you want to go to a roller skating rink or a carnival, or if you want to study science, or if you want to be a beach bum and like just fucking live on the beach for 6 months, Maybe certain restrictions in life won't allow you to do that, but maybe you can do something comparable that's leisurely in your everyday life to help you, like, I call it decompress. It's like, okay, I need to, like, when I get too into my work and I've been working for like 12 hours straight or whatever, I'm just like, okay, I just need to decompress. And I'll listen to a video, I'll take a walk, I'll meditate, whatever. I'll do something to put me in a more relaxed state. And that's super important, along with getting enough sleep too, actually. All right, let's read some comments. Jose Emilio says, authenticity is not the same as being arrogant. People tend to misunderstand that. Authenticity and arrogance are... Hey, Valerie. Oh, my girl is here. Mwah. Kisses for you, bitch. I love you. I don't think anyone really has a discrepancy, Jose Emilio, with authenticity and arrogance. I think that actually authenticity makes you humble yourself. And also, too, it allows you to be more open. Like, sometimes we have this fear of being judged, or sometimes we feel like we need all these material things to compensate for something that we feel like we're missing. And it's so important to understand, listen, I can't fucking go shopping all the time. Guys, I did my nails myself, okay? Because I was like, fuck you, nail salon. These are my real nails, too. They're not tips. They're real. I was like, fuck you, nail salon. I'm not paying you almost $50 to do my toes and my hands when I can just do them myself, and they look just as good or better, and it lasts a lot longer. So yeah, it's like things like that, but taking the time to actually do my nails and feel cared for and feel loved. Yeah, at some point when I feel like financially I can handle it, I'll go to the nail salon. But it's really about not feeling bad because you don't have enough. Don't feel bad because you feel like you don't have enough. Because understand that there's somebody out there who has less than you and is doing more with less than you are, with what you have, and you have more. So it's kind of like not about what you have, it's about how you use what you have. You know what I mean? And where you're placing value. I don't place as much. People who see me every day must think that I'm like a bum, because I literally wear like two different, I have a lot of shoes, but I wear about 2 different pairs of sneakers. I literally wear yoga pants every day, and I'm usually wearing a sports bra or like a soft bra and a t-shirt, because that's what I'm comfortable in. That's authentic for me. Unless I'm going somewhere or doing something, who the fuck am I getting dressed up for? I feel beautiful and I feel good wearing fucking yoga pants. Like, why should there be anything wrong with that? Why can't I feel good wearing yoga pants? Somebody else might feel good wearing like a brand new pair of jeans or a fucking new dress, but like, fuck that shit. I just want to wear my yoga pants. And when they get holes and shit, hey, it's like $10. I'll buy a new pair from fucking Walmart or wherever the fuck. Because you know what? I don't place that much value on clothes and on labels and on brands, because I know that these things are gonna break down. And for the moment, I might feel good, but when I look at my bank account after I spent all this fucking unnecessary ass money, I'm gonna feel like shit. So it's really about finding your balance. Some people, they may buy a $500 t-shirt and be like, I feel totally fine with this. And you know what? If that's your thing, good for you. Do what makes you happy. Do what resonates with you. Don't do what I do. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? I just have my own way about things. I don't value material things as much. I have everything that I need and I have everything that I want. So I don't feel like I need more. I don't feel like I need something else to complete me. You know what I mean? I feel like to get to the space that I really want to get to, where I really just got my careers on fire, I've got a fucking publishing deal for my book, I'm connecting with you guys and doing more events and whatever. Like, I gotta follow my own path. And regardless of what family, friends, or do not listen to your fucking bullshit ass family members. Fuck them. chuck them out the fucking window. Because you know what? 90% of your bullshit ass, piece of shit, negative fucking family members, they don't want you to be successful. You know why? Because your success is a threat to them. And they will always say, oh, well, I helped you with this. Or, oh, I'm the reason why you were able to get to where you want. Because I allowed you the luxury of whatever. And you know what? You say thank you for that. I appreciate your help. I owe you for that. And you do the right thing by them. But I'll tell you one thing you don't do. You don't fucking listen to them when you're on your own path. Because for them, they're addicted to negativity. And when you're on your path and you're doing what, not trying, you're doing what you need to do, you're getting it done, you feel good, they will never support you. So don't expect their support, because they're betting on you failing. So they can always be able to sit there and say, see, I told you you couldn't do it. See, I told you so. Don't believe them. Only you know your truth. Only you know what you're capable of, and only you know what you can handle. So it's up to you to make the decision to not believe these people. Don't let them, sorry, my nose itched. Don't let them poison your mind. Don't let them taint you. Don't let them say things to you that get inside your head. You have to realize that they had their own path, and maybe they didn't fulfill what they wanted to fulfill. Maybe they had a bad day at work and they're taking it out on you. Maybe they're just a mean-spirited person. But regardless of what, it's not that you hate them. You just should choose not to listen to them. And instead follow your own intuition and follow your own path. Because your intuition will never lead you astray. Because it's the core of who you are. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's the core of your being. Follow it. My intuition has literally never led me down the wrong path. It's when I didn't listen to it that I found myself in a world of trouble. And it always found a way to lead me right back to where I needed to be. So follow your intuition, follow your gut, and don't believe these people. All right, we got some new comments, so we're going to check out what's going on. Mookie said, the people that never comment or like anything you post are the ones that visit your timeline the most. That is so true. Valerie, I missed you so much. Busy Bones said, you're the best. No, my friend, you are the best. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. Okay, Valerie says, same. I used to feel bad when I didn't have enough for myself. But lately, I'm saying fuck it and actually doing me and feel good, looking good. You're right. She said, at the end of the day, everything is covered and I'm not struggling. We love your connection. I love connecting with you guys. You guys are awesome. And you know what? I mean, just recognizing, count your blessings. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't focus on what you don't have. Focus on what you do have. And just cultivate a more positive mindset. And one thing that helps with that is, like, every time you think of something negative, force yourself to think of something positive. Or like what I used to do is, like, everything I thought of that was negative about me or whatever, I would back it up by thinking of like 3 things that were positive. And that would help a lot, actually. Okay, Jose Emilio says, yes. What I mean is, when you are authentic, people with closed-minded tend to misjudge. I agree. To be and think outside the box. It's like me, for example. I love my hair, spend lots of time and money with it. If that's what you're happy about, keep your fucking hair, dude. I've been told I have gray hair, and when I talk about it, people think I am arrogant. I'm really not. I just like to take care of my hair. It makes me feel great. Or my writing, I love writing as well. It's like therapy. I can talk for hours and hours about it. You and me are on the same page, bro. And again, people think I'm arrogant because they can't express themselves through writing. You know what it is you're expressing a divine part of yourself, and you're expressing your truth. And because these people haven't found their truth yet, they view it as a threat. You know what I mean? If somebody else is feeling insecure and you're so confident and like, you're like, yeah, I have this great hair. I love my fucking hair. Yo, I love my hair too. Do you know how hard I worked over the last year? My hair used to be this short. Like literally, I cut it to like here because I got out of a bad relationship and I did the whole fucking, like, I didn't burn down his fucking car, house or whatever, like, but I did the whole waiting to exhale thing and like chopped my shit off and I was like, fuck man, I'm so angry. We're over that now. We're in a more peaceful place. So I thought that to celebrate me feeling more at peace and more like a woman, like I would grow my hair. So that's what I've been doing. So I understand the hair thing a lot, in other words. But yeah, no, it's just them not feeling secure or feeling like they know themselves. And when you're so confident, it really just makes them feel inferior. You know what I mean? So you can play that up and be empathetic and be like, oh, but you're like, you say something about, you're like, oh, I love what I've been doing with my hair or whatever. And like point out something. This is a good little like life hack. People love compliments. But they have to be authentic. Like I don't compliment people fake. I'll be like authentic. I'll be like, oh girl, those shoes. Or I'll be like, oh my God, that lipstick on you. God damn, where the fuck did you get that? Like, and I'll mean it. Cause I'll literally, if I like your lipstick and it's not like $100 for a tube, like I'll buy it. And I'll be like, look girl, you know, I got the same lipstick as you. What do you think? You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. But give them a genuine compliment. Or say something that's reassuring to them and it'll help break down their defense mechanism and make them feel more comfortable with you. So let's see what else we got here. Oh, it's not letting me see my comments. Okay, we're scrolling down. Mookie says sometimes it's better to just remain silent and smile. That's a method I use quite often. Valerie's, my son is 8 years old and he's absolutely fabulous. I'm realizing that he does not know when to not talk or when to talk. He's having like a socially awkward issue, but I think that he'll grow out of it because he is so like confident in himself. So I'm super proud of that. And because that means I gave him a good amount of self-confidence and I gave him a lot of love. So he's very confident to talk to people he doesn't know. Even when people are ignoring him, he'll say something and he doesn't feel bad if they don't acknowledge him. He'll like walk away or he'll just keep talking until they talk to him, and then they usually talk to him. And the other day at the bus stop, right, I took him to the bus stop and he was the only boy in a whole group of girls. And I was like, that's my baby. He's got the right idea. So yeah, very proud moment for me. But I'm gonna have to beat the girls off of him. He's so cute. Yeah. These hoes are gonna be hiding under his bed and shit. I'm gonna have to like whoop their ass, call their mom. You better get your fucking daughter before I kill her. Oh, like it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be insane. But yeah, what Mookie was saying. Sometimes it's better to just remain silent and smile. I couldn't agree more. If you feel like conflict wouldn't help your situation with a particular person, whether they be a family member, someone you're living with, whatever your situation is, just don't say anything. Literally, like for me, sorry, I'm like burping. I've got like weird things going on camera. I've been coughing and shit. I'm having a moment tonight. Honestly, for me, I'm very strategic. And maybe this is something I have to work on, but if I don't trust someone all the way, even if they're my friend, I'm strategic on what I say and don't say to them, only because I don't really want to cause an argument. I prefer discussion, and if I feel like someone's being very judgmental towards me, I will hold back. Now, if I feel like someone is accepting me exactly as I am, they're being an awesome person, they love me just the way, like, then a person like that, I'll feel more comfortable with sharing who I am 100%. Not that I ever really put up a front, but I just won't be as expressive as I normally am. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't even like connecting with people who make me feel like that because I just feel like I can't be myself. If they're constantly judging me, I'm just like, I can't be around you. And sometimes it's better to just like remain silent, to not engage, to like leave it alone, because you gotta look at the trade-off. Is it really worth it getting into that argument? Is it really worth it to get angry in this situation? Always get angry and always do something if someone else is being harmed. Sometimes, I know it sounds stupid, but like I will literally, when I was a kid in middle school, I got punched in the back of the head by this girl. It's weird because, it's like, small town stuff. And we're friends till this day. And I looked at her and I go, okay, cool. I didn't argue. I didn't try to fight her back. I wasn't even offended. It actually didn't hurt. I walked to the principal's office and I go, such and such punched me in the back of my head. I would like them suspended. I've never seen an office full of middle-aged women, jaws drop to the floor that fast. Every single person was like, what do you mean? You didn't hit them back? I'm like, no, I didn't hit them back. I just don't get angry at things. But I guess the tigress in me only comes out if somebody's like harming like a family member or my son or someone I love or even a stranger on the street. I have to protect. Like I'm like that personality where like I'm cool no matter what happens to me, I'm good, but I want to protect you. You know what I mean? I want to make sure you're okay. And it's just because I can't ever see something happening in front of me that's fucked up and feel okay with it. And I would never forgive myself for being a fucking pussy and not having the integrity to do something about it. Like, I was coming from Brooklyn one morning and I was taking an Uber back to Long Island and there was a girl in the car with me. She looked like she was going to work or whatever. And we had this really weird, like sketchy, like serial killer sketchy, like Indian dude seemed very frustrated in life as our driver. Because we were splitting it. You can do that. In the city, you can split it. Maybe I was just going to Penn, actually. I don't really know. I think I ended up just going all the way to Long Island. And the dude, he drops her off like 2 blocks from where she was supposed to be. She got like frustrated. She's like, oh man, what the fuck, or whatever. But she was just like releasing frustration, like not yelling at the guy. And he's like, what the fuck? No, fuck you, bitch. And I looked at him and I'm like, what? And then he starts yelling at the chick and I'm, we're in the same cab. So I turned to him and I said, don't you fucking talk to her like that. I said, I will fuck you up right now. Dude left her alone. He was just like, nah, I'm not fucking with this girl. Because he was going to get the business. Like, I just can't see injustice happen in front of me and like do nothing about it. I've never been that person. Yeah, compliments do go a long way. All right, we're going to check out some more comments. Mookie says, then private apologies be hard to accept when the humiliation was public. I think that regardless of what happens, sometimes you just got to be the bigger person. Not for them, always, just for yourself. Like, I have dealt with a lot of humiliation in my life. I was constantly teased and made fun of throughout school, and I'm not mad at any of those people. Like, I just don't have a lot of anger in me is what it is, because I'm happy and I'm satisfied with myself. So when you're in that space, you tend to not really like get angry. And I also never been the type of person to expect that much. And it's been a curse and a blessing, because sometimes like I realize that like I need to expect things, but like it's a blessing because I never feel like I don't have enough. So yeah, there's that. Okay, Jose Emilio Hernandez said, you represent a threat to them. Then my girlfriends start talking to me, it becomes even more complicated, the situation for me. And then he did the ja, which is cute. But I promise it's not my intention to brag or be stuck up. It's just me. Is kind of in between comfortable. I will tell myself, Jose Emilio, you can't help it. You got it. They don't. You know what? Jose Emilio is living his best life. And I think that we should all follow his example. Just be authentic with yourself. Be authentic with what you're excited about. Be authentic with what you're passionate about. And goes all back to the same topic. of authenticity, which we've been speaking about tonight. And thank you for so many of you just, tuning in. All right. So I need to go to bed. Maybe probably gonna go on Hulu and watch like a movie or two. Been big into like zombie and alien flicks lately. Really good esoteric information, and I actually have a movie I'm gonna break down for you guys that was like an alien movie, but whoa, the information was really good. So I'll do a movie breakdown. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it on live, but I'll make a video and put it out for you guys. Yeah, but we have a lot of good content coming up, so I'm super excited about that. And we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the spirituality of bugs. Crazy, I know, but I've had a lot of experiences this summer that I thought were insane, and it made me like really figure out that like different bugs carry different messages. So like I saw a queen ant that flies. Okay? Crazy shit. That landed right next to me, literally like right here, just chilled with me for like 15 minutes. I've had a bee land on me and not sting me. Like it just landed on me, flew away. I had a wasp. I was like smoking a cigarette and I had a wasp. Yes, I smoke cigarettes. I'm not a fucking angel. Anyway, I had a wasp land on my fucking ashtray, chill for like 20 minutes and then fly away. Didn't sting me. I've had bees and wasps and shit all around me. Don't fucking sting me. I've had a raccoon literally like walk in front of me. Didn't bother me. Had squirrels walk up to me. Had fucking this butterfly like flew around my body twice, this yellow butterfly, and flew away. It literally landed on cement in front of my son and just chilled there, like opening and closing its wings for like 15 minutes. So it's just been a lot of like interesting things going on, and I want to connect them to some of the ancient, that information, to some of the ancient deities. We're gonna like go through some of the meanings, and that's gonna be fun. I may write an article and do a video. I may have to like actually write down books and stuff that I'm reading for this, because it's gonna be super involved. But I'm super excited about that too. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. That's right, girl. I smoke fucking cloves like a weird person. Everyone's always like, oh, what's that, a Black and Mild? I'm like, no, I am a hood rat, but it doesn't go that deep. No Black and Milds for me. I actually think they taste like Crayola crayons and like dirt. But yeah, you guys have a nice night. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up, and just more connecting with you guys. I'll be posting whenever I'm doing an event or whatever. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep doing my events. I think that I had to reorganize a little bit and start actually going out and making more connections with people so that I can start doing my poetry events and stuff. I really want to do something that empowers everyone sexually. So that's neither here nor there. Squirt and come everywhere. No, it's not going to be that deep. It's just expressing our feelings, the regular stuff, nothing too crazy. Smoking is the shit. Yeah. Actually, smoking is very spiritual. We'll talk about that another time. Okay. I really have to pee, so I have to go. But I love you all infinitely, and you guys are fucking awesome. Have a great night. Enjoy the live. If you didn't get to see the whole thing, it'll post and you can watch the whole video in its entirety. Leave comments. I will comment back and all that other stuff. Have a nice night. Bye.